after a weekend shooting in Groves. What we know so far and how evidence led to the arrest in Port Arthur. Plus, our weather impact team says cooler weather is on the horizon, how the drop in temperatures and drier conditions have resulted in a burn ban lift in 2 southeast Texas counties. And as the government shutdown continues, those who receive SNAP benefits will be out of luck come November 1st. What Texans can expect starting this Saturday. 12 News Daybreak starts now. Good morning, Southeast Texas. Thank you for streaming with Daybreak on 12 News Plus. I'm Tia Johnson. Mark has the week off. Your time now 7:01. Let's go ahead and get a first look at your weather with meteorologist Carrie Cooper. Here's a live look outside from our Roofing 911 Live Skycam network. Carrie, what can we expect today?
Well, lots of sunshine today. We'll have highs in the lower 80s. Started out this morning in the upper 50s. A little bit cool, but a little bit of patchy ground fog as well. Of course, that'll burn off into lots of sunny conditions today with high temperatures, as we said, reaching the lower 80s. But some big changes on the way. Strong cold front will arrive tomorrow evening, and we will have some scattered showers and thunderstorms with that. Not everyone will see rain, but we'll see some scattered showers and storms, and then temperatures a lot cooler. 56 now in Orange, 59 in Silsbee, 56 at Kirbyville. It's kind of a cool start. 61 Port Arthur. We have 58 here in Beaumont. It's kind of a cool start to this morning. Of course, coming up a little bit later, we'll talk about how cool it'll get for those lows as we head toward the middle and end of the week in just a few minutes.
Thank you, Carrie. The burn bans for Jefferson and Hardin counties have officially been lifted. Jefferson County Judge Jeff Brannick made the decision over the weekend with local fire chiefs. Hardin County Judge Wayne McDaniel says the ban was lifted there after drought conditions improved. Both officials want to remind you to keep fires small and avoid burning when it's windy or dry. Saturday night's round of storms caused some damage in Jasper County. Just after 10, the Beech Grove Volunteer Fire Department was called to Highway 190 where a dead pine tree had fallen across the road. An 18-wheeler hit the tree, forcing crews to call in a large wrecker. They also had to clear another tree near the Maroon Ridge event venue. The department is reminding drivers to slow down during heavy rain and low visibility. This morning, 2 suspects are in jail after a shooting early Sunday morning in Groves. City Marshal Chris Robbins says the victim was shot in the head. It happened in the 3800 block of Lay Avenue just before 3 a.m. Officers worked to keep the victim alive until EMS arrived. They were then taken to the hospital in critical condition. City Marshal Robbins says 21-year-old Brian Herrera Gonzalez and a minor left the scene before officers arrived. He says evidence led police to a Port Arthur home where they arrested the 2 suspects. Both are being charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. Across Texas, the Liberty County woman accused of trying to drown herself and her 3 children last month is due in court today. The district attorney will hold a news conference this afternoon. Jessica Quintana is currently in jail being held on a $3 million total bond. She's charged with 2 counts of injury to a child and 1 count of assault. Her children are in CPS custody. Former NFL running back Adrian Peterson was arrested Sunday morning in Sugar Land. The news was first reported by TMZ and later confirmed by the Sugar Land Police Department. Police say Peterson is charged with DWI and unlawful carrying of a weapon. According to jail records, his bond has not yet been set. Peterson was also arrested back in April in Minnesota on suspicion of DWI. Authorities say he was going nearly 30 miles over the speed limit and allegedly blew a .14 during his breathalyzer tests. That's nearly twice the legal limit. No word on when he might go in front of a judge. Now to Shenandoah in North Houston, and dramatic moments caught on camera when an 11-year-old girl threatened to jump from an overpass. A police officer stepped in, used quick thinking, and prevented a tragedy. Jason Miles with our sister station spoke with the officer about the intense rescue and a warning. This video may be upsetting to some viewers.
Shenandoah police officer Patrick Reed's body camera was rolling as he started running.
Stop! Stop! I'll wait here! Just come talk to me!
after hearing a call regarding an 11-year-old in the main lanes of I-45 just before the afternoon rush hour back on October 17th.
Right time, right place. Fortunately, was able to make what I hope was the right decision.
Police say the girl bailed out of her mother's car while turning into a hospital for mental health treatment. She then crossed the feeder lanes before walking against traffic in the southbound lanes to the overpass at Highway 242.
I'm not going to do anything. I'm not going to do anything. I want to talk. Come here. You're not in trouble. You're not in trouble.
The girl, who's blurred in the video to protect her identity, gets on top of the guardrail with her feet dangling as Reed pleads with her.
Trying to be a little more empathetic and sympathetic, I think, may have delayed her slightly.
It eventually ends as Reed inches closer.
I'm begging you, please, come here and talk to me. Will you talk to me, please? Please. But it was really that moment when she looked away where I tried to seize that opportunity and grabbed a hold of her. So
did she say anything to you?
She wanted me to let her go, but that wasn't going to happen. Unfortunately, that was the kind of state of mind she was in.
How could this have ended?
Very, very tragically.
Lieutenant Courtney Poland credits the 10-year department veteran for remaining calm in a very tense situation.
In a split moment, he acted swiftly and was able to save her.
Is this something like other officers can look at and learn something from?
Absolutely.
Like in many cases involving kids,
I'm not going to do anything.
Reed says he couldn't help but think of his own children.
What is your hope for her today?
I hope that she gets the treatment that she needs. She's able to make a full recovery and hopefully go on to live a long, happy life.
In Shenandoah, Jason Miles, KHOU 11 News.
If you or someone you know is going through something and needs help, you can call 988 to get free help 24/7. Police body cam footage was released over the weekend of a baby being rescued in Fort Worth after a woman crashed her car and the infant got trapped under it. This happened last Thursday. The car flipped in the crash and mom and baby were thrown from the vehicle. When witnesses found out the baby was trapped underneath, they helped lift the car so officers could pull the baby free. Officers even had to give the infant CPR. Thankfully, both are expected to make a full recovery. With the government shutdown going into its fourth week, Americans won't be receiving SNAP benefits next month. As both sides of the aisle try to come to an agreement, SNAP recipients are bracing for impact. 12 News reporter Derek Jones in studio with more. Hey, Derek.
Hey, Tia. The Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program helps 1 in 8 Americans buy groceries each month. With the government shutdown still in effect, many families are scrambling for help. The U.S. Department of Agriculture posted a notice on its website saying federal food aid will stop starting this Saturday. The notice targets Democrats, saying in part, bottom line, the well has run dry. At this time, there will be no benefits issued November 1st. This follows the Trump administration's decision not to use roughly $5 billion in contingency funds to keep federal food benefits available through November. Single mother Amanda says she doesn't know how she'll be able to care for her child.
Without a car, we have to order online, and the groceries are, for a lot of things are almost double. So, that obviously eats away at the amount, leaving us less, to be able to shop with.
As the federal government shutdown continues, experts warn more than 40 million Americans could be impacted. Food crisis experts warn this could be the worst rollback in benefits since the Great Depression. Ahead at 7:30, we'll take a closer look at how SNAP recipients right here in Texas are working to make ends meet. In studio, Derek Jones, 12 News.
Thank you, Derek. This morning, we're also looking at new clashes on the streets of Chicago and beyond. They happened over the weekend as federal agents continue carrying out the latest rounds of their immigration crackdown. These tensions erupting as kids headed to a Halloween parade. ABC's Perry Russum has the story.
This morning, Homeland Security is defending actions taken by federal officers in Chicago over the weekend that sparked outrage from some residents.
Tear gas at Old Irving Park right now, our own neighborhood, scaring our children.
A Halloween parade for kids canceled after agents deployed what appeared to be tear gas.
We were supposed to be standing on this corner with hundreds of families walking around, and we're just being terrorized by ICE.
DHS says the agents were acting in self-defense after a crowd started gathering during the arrest of a construction worker who was in the country illegally.
I'm gonna throw it right back at you.
In another neighborhood, a confrontation with ICE agents turning violent.
Go ahead.
Angry residents shouting and masked agents making an arrest. Agents deploying a gas canister and moments later pushing a woman to the ground before driving off in a van.
Get up, get up.
And on Friday, agents were trying to arrest construction workers at a private home.
You have no permission to be on my property.
When one worker became caught in a tug of war with an agent and co-worker who managed to pull him through a window into the home. Border Patrol Commissioner Greg Bovino tells ABC News nearly 3,000 people have been arrested in Chicago so far since the immigration crackdown started last month. Bovino is due in court tomorrow after this video appeared to show him throwing tear gas last week. He's accused of violating a restraining order that limits the use of tactics to suppress protests. Homeland Security says Bovino had been hit in the head by a rock.
Bovino says agents are trying to use as little force as possible to keep people safe. Perry Russell, ABC News, New York.
Still ahead on Daybreak, the annual celebration held in downtown Beaumont for families to trick or treat in a safe environment. Plus, he's making his family famous and a little embarrassed. Meet the Wisconsin dad going viral on TikTok. It's now 7-Eleven.
Share your pics and video with 12 News. Just go to the Near Me tab inside the 12 News Now app and click Share with Us.
Firefighters continue attacking the flames from the air.
We're working to learn more about a police chase.
We'll give you a live look at the scene tonight. Our crew there.
A chase in Port Neches turned into a standoff.
So we're working to get you more information.
We're going to keep you updated on air and online as we learn more.
Stream extended coverage on 12 News Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free.
I wouldn't say that I was like a partier, but I would say that I was a social butterfly. So we would just always drink. That night, I went through a red light and I T-boned another vehicle. And I just remember thinking like, oh no. Right after the DWI, I lost my license and I did 30 days in jail. I could have killed him because I decided to be reckless. I have a ton of regrets. I'm Katie. 5 years ago, I got a DWI and I'm still paying for it every day.
As tropical activity picks up in the Gulf, 12 News is your hurricane headquarters. Get prepared before a storm hits. Watch the 12 News Hurricane Special, streaming on 12 News Plus. From the must-haves in your supply kit to the evacuation routes you'll need to take, plus safety tips and how you can protect yourself from storm scammers. The 12 News Hurricane Special, keeping you prepared. Sponsored by Entergy. We power life.
As Texans, we have many reasons to be proud of the Lone Star State. Showing our pride by saying, "Don't mess with Texas," means we gotta step up, walk the walk. Do our part to keep Texas clean. Because after all these years, all these miles, all these traditions, for all us Texans, "Don't mess with Texas" means don't litter.
I'm Chief Meteorologist Patrick Vaughn here with one of the most important hurricane tips, having an evacuation plan. First, gather food, water, and medicine before storing it in an emergency kit. Plan well in advance where you're going, how you'll get there, and if you'll need to transport any pets, small children, or the elderly. For more hurricane tips, go to 12newsnow.com/hurricane.
Sponsored by Entergy. We power life.
Well, still some areas of fog across southeast Texas this morning. Kind of see that off in the distance. Mainly just some ground fog that'll be burning off into sunny skies this afternoon on our Roofing 911 Skycam network outside our 12 studios, sponsored by Mid-County Plumbing. Now, temperatures across the area running in the mid to upper 50s, so kind of a cool start, but as we said, we'll be warming into the 80s later this afternoon. Low 80s, not too bad. Lots of clear skies expected today on into tonight. And moisture starts returning off the Gulf tomorrow as we'll have a little bit more of a southeast wind. There should be enough moisture back coming up with our front tomorrow night to give at least a few scattered showers, maybe a few thunderstorms, but not today. Still looks pretty good. Temperatures in the low 80s will drop on down tonight into the lower 60s for highs across southeast Texas. So pretty cool weather coming up. More clouds tomorrow, partly cloudy, and then there's that front with that line of showers and storms. About a 40% coverage the way it looks right now. Of course, we'll have some more data later this morning. May have to update that a little bit, see if we can lower the coverage, or may have to raise them a little bit. But anyway, it'll be a lot colder coming up behind the front. Of course, Hurricane Melissa, not a good situation here. Is be heading for Jamaica tonight and tomorrow. It'll be slow moving too, so a lot of devastation expected, unfortunately, for the island. Category 5, it does go down to a 3, but not until it gets southeast of Cuba and then eventually on up into the Caribbean. Lots of sun this afternoon, high temperatures in the lower 80s with light winds. And for tonight, look for mostly clear skies. Some more patchy fog possible too, low 60s. Still some upper 50s across parts of the lakes area coming up for tonight and tomorrow morning. 7-day forecast, no rain today. We'll give it a 40% coverage late tomorrow. It's around 6, 7 o'clock, some scattered storms possible. Cold front moves through. We're down to 52 with a wind blowing Wednesday morning. Highs only in the 60s. Wednesday and Thursday, that's pretty chilly there. Lows in the 40s. The coldest morning looks to be Friday morning, down to the low to mid 40s. Slow warm up, but still beautiful though as we head into the weekend, with temperatures dropping on down into the 40s, as we said, and then back to the 50s over the weekend. So we'll see some warmer weather then, not a lot warmer. So nice early touch of winter coming up.
Got a nice fall outfit you've been hiding in that closet or just keeping for a good time? It's the time. This week is the time.
Yes, it is.
All right. Thank you, Carrie. And just a reminder, you can download our app at any time to get the latest on the weather. Go to the radar tab, or you can check the radar by going to that radar tab. And we have a couple of traffic alerts as you start your week. In Orange County, the middle and outside lanes of I-10 West will be closed tonight. From the Sabine River Relief Bridge to Little Cypress Bayou. That's from 9 p.m. until 5 tomorrow morning. Expect delays. And in Hardin County, drivers should expect alternating lane closures on Highway 105 through Friday. This is from the FM 770 intersection to 3 miles east of Batson. Maintenance crews will be working in the area during business hours. The Beaumont Police Department held its annual Trunk or Treat event Sunday. Dozens gathered downtown for family fun ahead of Halloween. The department says it gave Southeast Texans an opportunity to load up on candy and have fun in a safe environment. More importantly, it gave everyone a chance to get to know the officers who serve the community.
People need to be able to trust their police department and know that when someone needs help, we're going to be there. And that's why we're not just doing that when we have emergency calls. We're also just trying to get out into the community, be a part of the community, and show the people that we're people and we want to get to know everybody.
Officer Van Houten says kids should trick or treat in large groups with an adult and carry a flashlight or glow stick to ensure drivers can see them. And it is time for some trending news this morning. A longtime staple at HEB is becoming the next big viral food trend. You may have seen these making the rounds on places like TikTok. Workers at the Bunker Hill HEB in Houston are frying, glazing, and boxing up hundreds of croissant donuts a day. They're struggling to keep up with the demand. They're a cross between a croissant and a donut, and they've gone viral, sending customers lining up early just to get one. Our producer says they're not available in the Golden Triangle right now, but that'll probably change soon. I wonder if you guys would wait in line for that. All right. A man in Rhode Island is taking the internet by storm. Why? Because he's 97 and he's become a model employee at an ice cream shop. Check out Papa Jim.
Hilltop Creamery is where I take my dates.
All right, now, Jim Gallagher, otherwise known as Papa Jim, is an employee at Hilltop Creamery. He's picked up 20 million views with his videos. His newfound fame has brought in customers from all over, and owner Kim says he's a pleasure to be around, though she does occasionally have to tell him not to hit on his customers. He's still got it going on. Now to this Wisconsin dad who's gone viral on TikTok for his videos of him surprising and embarrassing his wife and daughters. Mike Kirchhoff caught up with the "Hey, what's up, guys?" dad and influencer to get his story.
Hey, what's up, guys? We are at Pizza Man,
Hey, what's up, guys? What's up, guys? We are eating. We are on a little family vacation.
What's wrong with him? I don't know. He's always been like this.
All right, guys.
Whitefish Bay dad Matt Balthazar and his wife Kelly have 3 daughters. And for a girl dad like Matt, or any parent really, sometimes it can be hard to relate to them.
You know, I love my family dearly, and there's nothing I wouldn't do for them, but I also like to embarrass them.
Hey, what's up, gang?
If I can try to relate to a teenage daughter somehow.
Hey, what's up, guys? We're over here at Quick Trip.
With TikTok, then I'm going to try to do it.
Harrington, where you going?
Thing is, it's not just the daughter.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's date night.
It's his wife's reactions, too.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Yeah,
We're
oh
here
my
with
gosh.
CBS 58. Kelly's getting interviewed. Hey, what's...
She doesn't like the public scene. She's to herself.
The fact that we look surprised every time is part of it, but we truly are surprised and annoyed every time.
The dynamic works well at the Daily Dose franchise they own in Whitefish Bay and on the TikTok videos.
Hey, what's up, guys? We're here at Mallard's.
Many of which now have millions of views.
And I was like, Carrington, this is going crazy. It has 9,000 views. She's like, Dad, not a big deal. And the next morning I get a call. She's like, Dad, you went viral.
That was the first one.
I'm getting older.
And it keeps getting bigger.
All-time legend, Jordy Nelson.
I mean, I'm just living the 15 minutes at a time, right? So it was cool. The Jonas Brothers kind of did a video after me.
That's right, Joe Jonas is a fan.
What's up, guys? We're peeing at the urinal.
I did a video that said, hey, do your best. Hey, what's up, guy? Video. And 24 hours later,
Finish up here.
it's him and his brothers doing one in the bathroom.
Hey, what's up, guys?
All of it cool for Matt. Maybe less cool for his family right now, but all of it coming down to one thing.
It's something that I will always have with my daughters. And as much as they're not happy with me right now, I know that in a few years we'll look back and we'll laugh and enjoy it, right? Because life does go too fast.
Comment in the chat column. See you guys next time.
And taking a live look outside from our Roofing 911 Skycam network. Nice to see the sun slowly starting to rise. Your time 7:22. Carrie will be back with that forecast.
This is a tornado on the ground.
And the roads are slippery.
We have a tropical storm warning.
Look at this water.
Street flooding in Beaumont.
It is going to get extremely cold.
The metal building blew away from a business.
Staying safe behind the wheel is imperative.
Find a safe spot, move to an interior room.
Just make sure you're staying safe.
On Weather Impact Alert Days, stream extended coverage on 12 News Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free.
The STEM fields are providing opportunity to be part of the developments that will shape the future, and the Army National Guard is at the forefront of the movement. Soldiers can serve part-time and choose from dozens of science, technology, engineering, and mathematics jobs, working with cutting-edge technology and innovations. And the skills and experience they receive can open doors for them to civilian careers in the STEM world. Join a team that is taking the lead in STEM by talking to a local recruiter or by going to nationalguard.com/careers.
409 Sports. To us, it's about so much more than a highlight, wins or losses.
It's the heart that makes up the game, the triumph of the human spirit.
It's agony and victory, diehards and day ones. It can divide or unify a community.
We give you the stats, but then we inspire you with the stories. The unpredictable, unforgettable, and incomparable.
We bring it to you all because sports lives in the 409.
No matter where we start, every mile brings us closer. And as Texans, we take care of each other along the way. We lend a hand, slow down, and take our time. At the end of the day, we all want to get home safe. Drive like a Texan. Kind, courteous, and safe.
I'm meteorologist Kerry Cooper here with another hurricane tip. Stay connected. Sign up for free emergency alerts from your local county and plan on to monitor the latest local weather and news at 12newsnow.com. Being aware of any new information will be invaluable. And finally, know the types of alerts you may receive. A watch means be prepared, while a warning means act. For more hurricane tips, go to 12newsnow.com/hurricane.
Sponsored by Entergy. We power life.
409 Sports, brought to you by Golden Triangle Emergency Center, Orange.
With just a couple of weeks until the end of the high school football regular season, every game until now has either been for district supremacy or playoff seeding, and our game of the week is no different. The Orangeville Bobcats will head to Winnie to face the East Chambers Buccaneers. The Bobcats are one of the top teams in the area, but if you want to be a successful program in 3A and the 409, you have to get through Russ, Sutherland, and the Buccaneers. And this is the Bucs' final regular season game, so playoff seeding is a huge factor this week. Kickoff is at Buccaneer Stadium Friday night at 7:30. And be sure to get your vote in for the band of the week. It's the Bobcats versus the Bucs, and you'll decide who comes out on top. Just go to 12newsnow.com/band to cast your vote.
It's a pretty nice weather today across southeast Texas. We expect lots of sunshine. Highs will be in the low 80s, and we'll reach the mid 80s tomorrow. Scattered showers and a few thunderstorms by tomorrow evening. No severe weather is expected. A strong cold front moves in, so there'll be a few storms around tomorrow. We should have enough moisture back for that. Highs only in the 60s for Wednesday and Thursday. 52 Wednesday morning, down to 46 Thursday morning. Low 40s Friday morning. So that means some upper 30s are possible in the lakes area with lots of sunshine, but it's going to be chilly. Slowly warming up as we head into the weekend with lows in the 40s and high temperatures in the 70s.
Coming up on Daybreak on 12 News Plus, 2 suspects, including a minor, are behind bars after a weekend shooting in Groves. How evidence led to their arrest in Port Arthur. Plus, those who receive SNAP benefits will be out of luck come November 1st. What people across the nation and here at home in Texas can expect starting this Saturday. And airports are short-staffed as this government shutdown continues. How it's affecting travelers and what they should expect moving forward. Plus, the time now 7:27, taking a live look outside. We'll be right back with more news and weather in just a few minutes. Good morning and happy Monday, Southeast Texas. Thanks for being here with us on 12 News Plus. I'm Tia Johnson. Mark has the week off. Your time right now, 7:30. So let's take a look at your top stories this morning. 2 suspects are in jail after a shooting Sunday morning in Groves. It happened in a 3800 block of Lay Avenue just before 3 a.m. City Marshal Chris Robbins says the victim was shot in the head. They were then taken to the hospital in critical condition. Robbins says evidence led police to a Port Arthur home where they arrested the 2 suspects, 21-year-old Brian Herrera Gonzalez and a minor. Both are being charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. Saturday night's round of storms caused some damage in Jasper County. Just after 10, the Beech Grove Volunteer Fire Department was called to Highway 190 where a dead pine tree had fallen across the road. An 18-wheeler hit the tree, forcing crews to call in a large wrecker. They also had to clear another tree near the Maroon Ridge event venue. The department is reminding drivers to slow down during heavy rain and low visibility. The Beaumont Police Department is reminding the public to be safe this Halloween after holding its annual Trunk or Treat event Sunday. Dozens gathered downtown for an opportunity to load up on candy and have fun in a safe environment. BPD says kids should trick or treat in large groups with an adult and carry a flashlight or glow stick to ensure drivers can see them. Let's take a live look outside now from our Roofing 911 Skycam network above Beaumont. Meteorologist Carrie Cooper with your forecast.
Well, it looks pretty good this afternoon, starting out with a little bit of patchy fog across southeast Texas this morning. It's a patchy ground fog. We may see that again tonight as well, but it's not going to be a big deal. Overnight low temperatures this morning, we dropped down into the 50s. Most areas we will be in the lower 80s coming up this afternoon under sunny skies. No rain expected today or tomorrow. Now, as we head into tomorrow evening, some scattered showers and maybe a thunderstorm will be possible at that time as a strong cold front works into the area. 58 in Silsbee, 56 up in Kirbyville, and pretty cool temperatures up in the lakes. We're running around 60 here in Beaumont, 56 Orange, 61 in Port Arthur. Coming up a little bit later, we'll talk about those rain chances for tomorrow evening and how cool it'll get behind this front a little bit later.
All right, thank you, Carrie. Well, the burn bans for Jefferson and Hardin counties have officially been lifted. Jefferson County Judge Jeff Brannick made the decision over the weekend with local fire chiefs. Hardin County Judge Wayne McDaniel says the ban was lifted there after drought conditions improved. Both officials want to remind you to keep fires small and avoid burning when it's windy or dry. Saturday night's round of storms caused some damage in Jasper County. Just after 10, the Beech Grove Volunteer Fire Department was called to Highway 190, where a dead pine tree had fallen across the road. An 18-wheeler hit the tree, forcing crews to call in a large wrecker. They also had to clear another tree near the Maroon Ridge event venue. The department is reminding drivers to slow down during heavy rain and low visibility. 2 suspects are in jail after a shooting early Sunday morning in Groves. City Marshal Chris Robbins says the victim was shot in the head. It happened in a 3800 block of Lay Avenue just before 3 a.m. Officers worked to keep the victim alive until EMS arrived. They were then taken to the hospital in critical condition. Robbins says 21-year-old Brian Herrera Gonzalez and a minor left the scene before officers arrived. He says evidence led police to a Port Arthur home where they arrested the 2 suspects. Both are being charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. The government shutdown is putting a strain on air travel. Airports across the country have reported more staffing shortages than usual. Jen Sullivan has details on what travelers can expect during the shutdown.
Thousands of flights have been delayed this weekend as airports across the country deal with staffing shortages.
There's going to be a lot less people coming in as people are going to be running out of money.
Oksana Kelly is a TSA agent in Orlando. Right now, she's not getting paid because of the government shutdown. Yet she still has to show up to work because TSA agents and air traffic controllers are considered essential employees. But many are having to call out sick because they say they simply can't afford to pay for things like gas or childcare costs.
If I have nowhere to leave my kids, how am I going to come to work?
According to flight tracker site FlightAware, more than 5,000 flights were delayed Saturday. More than 500 were canceled. Many of those delays are being blamed on staffing shortages.
We've gone up as high as 53% of the delays have been because of staffing shortages. and that number moves every single day.
It's frustrating some passengers.
I'm flying today on sheer faith.
They probably just need to come to an agreement and reopen the government.
Since the shutdown began October 1st, more than 250 FAA facilities have reported staffing problems. That's more than 4 times the number reported during the same period last year. The longer the shutdown lasts, the more financial pressure it puts on these workers.
That leads to an unnecessary distraction, and they cannot be 100% focused on their jobs, which makes this system less safe every day that this shutdown continues.
Travelers are being warned to expect longer security lines and to monitor their flights for any changes. All of this with less than a month to go before the busy holiday travel season. I'm Jen Sullivan reporting.
Airport staffing isn't the only thing being impacted by the government shutdown. Americans will not be receiving SNAP benefits for next month. While both parties are trying to come to an agreement, SNAP recipients in Texas are bracing for impact. 12 News reporter Derek Jones in studio this morning with more. Hey, Derek.
Hey, Tia. The Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program helps 3.5 million Texans each month. With the government shutdown still in effect, many Texans will be affected. The U.S. Department of Agriculture posted a notice on its website saying federal food aid will stop starting this Saturday. The notice targets Democrats, saying in part, bottom line, the well has run dry. At this time, there will be no benefits issued November 1st. This follows the Trump administration's decision not to use roughly $5 billion in contingency funds to keep federal food benefits available through November. SNAP beneficiary Travis Watson says he doesn't know how he and his family will get by.
It's how we feed the kids, but it's also how we stretch meals through the week and also through the end of the month. And so without it, we'll be, choosing between food and bills. I already plan every meal with my partner to the dollar, and if that card doesn't load in November, there's no backup plan.
SNAP program helps about 1 in 8 Americans buy groceries. Food crisis experts warn this could be the worst rollback in benefits since the Great Depression. Some states have pledged to keep SNAP benefits flowing even if the federal program halts payments, but there are questions about whether U.S. government directives may allow that to happen. In studio, Derek Jones, 12 News.
All right, thank you, Derek. Meanwhile, HEB announced it's making a big donation to Texas families in need during the government shutdown. The chain says it's pledging $5 million to support 20 food banks within the Feeding Texas network. It's also making an additional $1 million donation to Meals on Wheels. Data from Feeding Texas shows our state has the highest rate of food insecure homes in the country, with an estimated 5 million Texans affected. The time now is 7:38 across the nation, 1 week after a group of thieves disguised as construction workers carried out a major jewel heist at the Louvre Museum. 2 of them have been arrested. The robbery only took a few minutes. Sadly, authorities say they still haven't recovered any of the stolen items. The CEO and founder of Art Recovery International says at this point, only the bigger stones have any real chance of being found.
Only the larger stones could possibly be traced to this. But unfortunately, those are the stones that they will have wanted to break up as quickly as possible. The many smaller stones are virtually untraceable to this collection.
The jewels are valued at $102 million. Police say the suspects were arrested at the airport. They were believed to be heading to Algeria and Mali. Sticking with across the nation, President Trump in Japan this morning for the next stop on his 3-country Asia tour, leading up to a highly anticipated meeting with China's president, with word of a break in the stalemate over a critical trade deal. ABC's Alice Barr has the details from Washington.
President Trump arriving in Japan this morning for the second leg of his Asia tour. The trip set to culminate in a meeting Thursday in South Korea with Chinese President Xi Jinping, amid an apparent breakthrough in high-stakes trade talks.
I think we'll have a good deal with China, and they want to make a deal.
Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent on NBC's Meet the Press announcing a framework for a trade deal to avoid President Trump's threatened 100% tariff increase on Chinese imports to the U.S.
I believe we've reached a very substantial framework that will avoid that and allow us to discuss many other things with the Chinese.
Inking a deal would help to wind down the trade war between the world's 2 biggest economies, while at the same time tensions ratcheting up with one of America's closest allies.
Canada has been ripping us off for a long time. One of the most difficult countries to deal with has been Canada.
President Trump doubling down on slapping an additional 10% tariff on goods coming in from Canada because of an anti-tariff Government of Ontario TV ad featuring segments edited from a 1987 radio address by President Reagan.
America's jobs and growth are at stake.
The ad ran during the World Series over the weekend, but Ontario's premier says it will stop today. No meeting over the weekend when Canada's Prime Minister and President Trump were both in Malaysia for a trade summit, leaving a mixed picture on trade as American businesses and consumers wait for the impact on prices at home. In Washington, Alice Barr, NBC News.
Up next, feeding strays has become one man's mission. How this D.C. resident is keeping his neighborhood cats healthy. And still ahead, you might notice fewer treats in those Halloween bowls, why more Americans are cutting back on candy.
When industry news breaks, we're on the front lines, digging into the issue.
Lamar is working to protect Power City from hackers,
Filtering out rumors and giving you the facts direct from inside sources.
ExxonMobil and lawyers for the United Steelworkers.
Taking on the story from all sides.
The company filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection last year.
Southeast Texas is a power city, and we're bringing the power to you. 12 News, putting Southeast Texas first.
As Texans, we have many reasons to be proud of the Lone Star State. Showing our pride by saying, "Don't mess with Texas," means we gotta step up, walk the walk. Do our part to keep Texas clean. Because after all these years, all these miles, all these traditions, for all us Texans, "Don't mess with Texas" means don't litter.
It's hard to really come to terms with dementia. There are little things that you can't even begin to plan for that happen that you need the early diagnosis for. My mom has done so much for me. There's no way that I wouldn't do the same for her. It's so important to have the conversation with your doctor earlier because you just do not know what the future holds.
We begin with breaking news in Port Neches.
Firefighters continue attacking the flames from the air.
We're working to learn more about a police chase.
We'll give you a live look at the scene tonight. Our crew there.
A chase in Port Neches turned into a standoff.
So we're working to get you more information.
We're going to keep you updated on air and online as we learn more.
Stream extended coverage on 12 News Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free.
I'm meteorologist Kerry Cooper here with another hurricane tip, evacuating correctly. If local authorities advise you to evacuate, do so immediately and without delay. Bring your emergency kit and be sure to follow evacuation routes. Do not try to take shortcuts because they may be blocked. Also remember to eat and get enough sleep for you to deal with whatever stress that may come your way. For more hurricane tips, go to 12newsnow.com/hurricane.
Sponsored by Entergy. We power life.
Well, patchy ground fog beginning to burn off across southeast Texas this morning. In fact, lots of sun today on our Roofing 911 Skycam network here in Beaumont, sponsored by Mid-County Plumbing. Pretty nice morning. Started out in the 50s. Still some mid-50s up my legs. We'll warm to the lower 80s this afternoon with lots of sun. Weak little boundary off to our west. Not going to do anything. Most of the rain's well to our east and northeast. And Futurecast showing lots of sun today. Still only in the mid-70s at 11:30. That's not bad. Low 80s this afternoon for highs. We'll take that tonight. Mostly clear. Could be some patchy fog once again tonight. Across parts of the area will drop on down into the lower 60s in the morning. Still kind of cool in the morning. Maybe not quite as cool as this morning, but not too bad. Tomorrow, partly cloudy skies return as moisture increases a little bit off the Gulf ahead of a strong cold front. And looking at Futurecast here, a little line of thunderstorms. Showers and thunderstorms will work into the area around 7:30, 8 o'clock tomorrow night. No severe weather is expected, so that's good. Category 5, Hurricane Melissa, just buzzsawing south and southwest of Jamaica. Still not moving too much at all. Drifting very slowly west. Should become stationary and then turn back to the north and northeast and go right over Jamaica coming up tomorrow, and then eastern Cuba on Wednesday is Category 5, so not a good situation. I'll just be a lot of devastation, unfortunately, tomorrow in Jamaica. It'll weaken a little bit, but still a major hurricane as it crosses eastern Cuba. Lots of sun today, clear skies, highs in the lower 80s this afternoon. And tonight we expect lows to drop into the lower 60s, 84 tomorrow. But look at these highs on Wednesday, Thursday, only in the mid 60s. Very nice. Early touch of winter there, down to 43 Friday morning. Maybe some upper 30s up in the lakes area. So Tia does, if you like cool weather, chilly weather, I should say. I could say maybe cold weather, a few of those mornings there, then you'll like that forecast.
The bright side, it's good for my hair. That humidity and that heat doesn't help my curls and stuff. So I like this. When I can step outside, I don't have to worry about too much going on with my hair.
Not be much humidity Wednesday into the weekend.
All right. Thank you, Carrie.
All right.
And just a reminder, you can download our app at any time to get the latest on the weather. Check the radar by going to the radar tab in the app. One man in the D.C. area is doing everything he can to make sure his stray cats do not get their dinners from a garbage can. It all started with one little rescue kitten, and now it's turned into a full-time job. Here's ABC's Danny New.
Seemingly endless kittens, all in the care of one man.
Hi! About 6 weeks. This is Frankenstein.
Very scary. Abdul Rahim here has spent the past few years fostering hundreds of cats from his family's home in D.C. as he takes care of all the feeding, cleaning, and maintenance to get these kitties ready for adoption.
It's 24 hours, you know. It's not like I can't clock out.
Technically, this all started with a quote-unquote failure when he and his wife Shimyan fostered Bambi here and just could not resist adopting her. Also, Abdul says this was really all his wife's idea since he did not grow up with cats.
You know, how your partners, they can just trick you. Then you get 2, you come home, it's 3, then it's 4, then we're just doing, the most is probably 8, 10 cats in the house.
Around 6 years later, not only is Abdul clearly a cat guy now, but so is his daughter, Haveen.
Do you ever just kind of lather your face in salmon and just go lay down on the floor?
No, no, but my daughter does. She loves the kids. She let them lick on her, climb all over her all day.
Together with Abdul as the main caretaker, this family has helped around 300 cats get adopted. And thanks to videos like these picking up millions of views on social media, Abdul says people both donate and adopt from all over the country. Not to mention,
it's kind of been like therapeutic in a way. I don't know, when I come home and I see kittens, it's like a stress reliever.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
So the kitten you saw him hold up earlier, Frankenstein, will be up for adoption in a couple weeks, and he is at Abdul's Cats on social media if you want to adopt him. In New York, for ABC News, I'm Danny New.
All right, if you're cutting back on spending for Halloween candy this year, you're not alone. A survey by Empower, a financial services company, says 57% of Americans are choosing to spend less on sweets because of higher chocolate candy prices. Experts say over the last 5 years, overall candy prices have surged nearly 37% due to inflation, tariffs, and weather. Cocoa reportedly increased in price last year due to droughts in West Africa, leaving people to get creative with their spending.
People are still getting ready for the celebrations, but they may be pulling back in some areas, like buying smaller sized candies or changing what's in the treat bag this year.
Despite the high cost, the National Retail Federation predicts that spending might surpass the 2023 record. And with Halloween being Friday, your kids are probably excited to dress up and eat a lot of candy. It's a good reminder, or a good time to remind ourselves about safety this holiday. Here are some tips for parents ahead of Halloween. Make sure an adult is with the kids while trick-or-treating. Be sure you can see them, whether it's giving them a flashlight or having them wear light-colored clothing with their costumes. Have your kids walk on the sidewalk, not the street. Only visit homes that have porch lights on, and parents should check that candy for anything that could be dangerous. If you're handing out candy at home, make sure your pet is away from the commotion. Next, Keep the candy away from your pets. We know chocolate is bad for our animals, especially dogs, but artificial sweeteners are also not good for them. Third, it's not always the best idea to dress your pet up in a costume. We all want that cute picture, but this can be a really stressful experience for animals. If you do decide to try a costume, make sure you're reading your pet's body language. And speaking of those treats, look at this. Everybody trying to get their hands on a pumpkin flavored treat this month. This is Uma and Timothy, two hippos here in Texas at the San Antonio Zoo. Here they are enjoying some pumpkins this Halloween season. Take a look at the size of those jaws. They don't need a knife or anything, just went in for it. Fun fact, pumpkins are low in calories and high in vitamins and is a safe, healthy treat for hippos. We keep talking about it. Halloween is just 4 days away, and it's not just people who get excited for the holiday. Pet owners in Chicago brought with them their pooches and kitties for some Halloween fun and a parade. These pets got all dressed up. Some of the costumes were quite clever. One dog was dressed as a crew member with Trader Joe's, while others were adorned in costumes from panda bears to a starring role in Back to the Future. There was a costume contest, and all of the proceeds from the day went to an animal support group called Paws Chicago. When Daybreak returns on 12 News Plus, we'll have more news and weather in your morning rush out.
As tropical activity picks up in the Gulf, 12 News is your hurricane headquarters. Get prepared before a storm hits. Watch the 12 News Hurricane Special, streaming on 12 News Plus. From the must-haves in your supply kit to the evacuation routes you'll need to take, plus safety tips and how you can protect yourself from storm scammers. The 12 News Hurricane Special, keeping you prepared. Sponsored by Entergy. We power life.
No matter where we start, every mile brings us closer. And as Texans, we take care of each other along the way. We lend a hand, slow down, and take our time. At the end of the day, we all want to get home safe. Drive like a Texan. Kind, courteous, and safe.
The impact killed my dad and brother instantly. A man, after drinking excessively with his coworkers, ran a stop sign, T-boned my parents' Honda, and destroyed our family. He could have just said, hey, I'm not okay. There's Lyft, there's Uber, there's taxis. There's so many other options. Every day, someone else can be taken away.
The STEM fields are providing opportunity to be part of the developments that will shape the future, and the Army National Guard is at the forefront of the movement. Soldiers can serve part-time and choose from dozens of science, technology, engineering, and mathematics jobs, working with cutting-edge technology and innovations. And the skills and experience they receive can open doors for them to civilian careers in the STEM world. Join a team that is taking the lead in STEM by talking to a local recruiter or by going to nationalguard.com/careers.
I'm Chief Meteorologist Patrick Vaughn, here with some hurricane tips for protecting yourself against flooding. Take shelter in a designated storm shelter or an interior room and stay away from glass windows of doors. And if flooding begins, move to higher ground immediately. Never walk, swim, or drive through floodwaters. Remember, turn around, don't drown. For more hurricane tips, go to 12newsnow.com/hurricane.
Sponsored by Entergy.
Welcome back to Daybreak. It's 7:54 and it's time for your morning rush out. Here's everything you need to know as you start your day. 2 suspects are in jail after a shooting Sunday morning in Groves. It happened in the 3800 block of Lay Avenue just before 3 a.m. City Marshal Chris Robbins says the victim was shot in the head. They were then taken to the hospital in critical condition. Robbins says evidence led police to a Port Arthur home where they arrested 2 suspects, 21-year-old Brian Herrera Gonzalez and a minor. Both are being charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. Saturday night's round of storms caused some damage in Jasper County. Just after 10, the Beech Grove Volunteer Fire Department was called to Highway 190 where a dead pine tree had fallen across the road. An 18-wheeler hit the tree, forcing crews to call in a large wrecker. They also had to clear another tree near the Maroon Ridge event venue. The department is reminding drivers to slow down during heavy rain and low visibility. The Beaumont Police Department is reminding the public to be safe this Halloween after holding its annual Trunk or Treat event Sunday. Dozens gathered downtown for an opportunity to load up on candy and have fun in a safe environment. BPD says kids should trick or treat in large groups with adults and carry a flashlight or glow stick to ensure drivers can see them.
And your forecast will feature some nice weather today into tomorrow. We do have a 40% coverage of showers and a couple of thunderstorms. The forecast as a strong cold front moves in Tuesday evening. Much cooler after that. Lows will be in the low to mid 40s Thursday and Friday morning.
The third annual Texas Wiener Dog Festival took place at Bee Cave yesterday. All the floppy ears, wagging tails, and little legs raised $20,000 for the Central Texas Dachshund Rescue this year. The president of Zilker Bark says over 2,000 sausage dogs were registered and 70% came from out of state. He says Dachshunds often get surrendered to shelters, so they want to support the group that help them find new homes.
Is that you don't have to go to a breeder to get really awesome dogs. There's so many dogs across Central Texas, dachshunds specifically, who are looking for homes. So we want to highlight the efforts of people who are we want to highlight the efforts of Central Texas Dachshund Rescue because they're really going above and beyond to make sure that these dogs are accounted for, and we really appreciate that.
The event included dog races, a low rider limbo, a dog toy run, a pup cup eating contest, and more. Interesting thing about those dogs, Carrie, you don't really see a lot of wiener dogs out there. Like, you hear about them, but I don't really just see them.
That's a very good point. I was thinking the same thing earlier when you showed that.
Yeah.
You don't see them much.
You really don't. For them to
Think
say they
about
are
it, I
often
know.
chosen. I guess that's why, but you just don't even see any
Don't see very
roaming
many
around
at all.
Yeah, well, that was our reason to smile for today. If you ever want to share your reason to smile with us, which you should, all you have to do is text your story and photos to 409-838-1212 so we can share with everyone else. Thank you guys so much for watching.
Have a good day.